But what is your personal position that represents that of the House on the issue of rape?
Okay, thank you. I cannot be personal and also at the same time represent the House. I speak for the House. If you want me to give my personal opinion as Benjamin Kalu, that will be different. But I always wear these two caps as a representative of Ben the people and also as the spokesperson of the entire 360 constituencies. And I can assure you that the House is committed. Like I've mentioned, domestication of the Child Rights Act. They should go and read the Child Rights Act and know what it entails. We're also looking at our criminal laws, in the country to make sure that we stiffen the punishment to make it very unattractive for anybody to think in that direction. When we make laws, there's always a stage where the public input will be allowed, and at that time we must have done the basic first hearing, second hearing, debate and all that. Then the public can begin to put in there. I would not at this point begin to say this is what we're going to put in the laws, this is not what we're going to put in the laws, but I'm sure that what we're going to put in the laws is a stiffer punishment. We're going to make sure that anybody who wants to think about rape may have to think twice before going there, because protecting the women is very key to us. So be rest assured that as we are resuming, it's one of the things we are going to be looking into. I can tell you we are on recess now, and the speaker is engaging 36 speakers across the nation on this same issue of rape. That is to show Nigerians how committed we are to this particular issue. Please be rest assured that you represent our daughters, you represent our sisters, you represent our wives, you represent our mothers and our grandmothers and our aunties. We cannot afford to allow you to be humiliated the way you are being humiliated. We cannot afford to allow you to be, rape and abused the way you have been over this recent period. Enough is enough. The reps say no to rape.
It's interesting. I think the last caller favor too also. The person that led the protest was arrested, and she is calling for the release of that boy. What is the House doing about it? I don't know.
I'm hearing for the first time too, and it has not come before the House. I'm sure the representative from that constituency will present it as a petition when we resume, or we'll move it as a motion when we resume, so that the resolution of the House will be used to back it up. So let them be rest assured. But there's something I missed out which I want to comment on the issue of rubber stamp.
Yes.
A lot of people say rubber stamp. It's a very easy word in people's mouths to call us rubber stamp. But if you do an unbiased critical analysis of how we have fared with this particular government, you will notice that we are not rubber stamped. I will not speak for the Senate who do screening, like somebody mentioned screening, but I will tell you that the right of appropriation that lies with the House of Representatives, we have done it creditably well. We have done it with honor. When the budget was presented to us, it did not leave the House of Representatives the way it came. We did not okay everything. It was touched, and when it went back, the president had no choice than to accept it. It was like we had twisted the president on the budget. And now we are coming up again, and we are saying that in our new review, legislative agenda review, we are saying the budget that is meant for health is too low. It is high time we apply the Abuja declaration that we had some time ago. And we also mandating the government in the coming budget to make sure that we have 5% increase. 5% increase of what the budget is at the moment. Abuja declaration said 15% of the national budget on health. We want it to be applied, but going by our own program of action, according to timeline, the next budget in our timeline, we are projecting that 5% increase must be on the health sector. The executive may not like it, but we are going to make sure that since we signed that declaration, that we will make them to start applying it. And there have been other issues that came up, like the loan, the 27 billion loan that came before, that excluded Southeast and Northeast.
Yes.
Senate yes passed it immediately, but when it came to the House, it took about 3 months. And it took that 3 months because questions were being asked by some of us who are from Southeast. And we are saying, we cannot pass this unless you tell us what is your own plan for the Northeastern region and the Southeastern region, who are going to be people joining in repaying this loan. We cannot be paying for what we have not benefited from. Okay? So until we were able to get, you might call it a promissory note, or you might call it a check that says in the next analysis that's going to be done, maybe by next year, that northeast and southeast is going to be the priority. So that was what delayed it. If we are a rubber stamp, it would have been immediately it came in, we'll just stamp it out and then it goes. We are too big to be in the hands of Mr. President as a rubber stamp. Okay. And we have been in our oversight function. If you listen very well, you saw what we are doing with humanitarian affairs. I was on TV a couple of times when we asked certain questions. You say you're spending this money.
Is it justifiable to spend that amount of money for renovation of the National Assembly at this time? If yes, why?
Okay, this question has come up over and over, but what Nigerians have failed to understand is that it is not the budget of the National Assembly. It is the budget of the executive. They should be asking the executive this question. The executive present, because the property in question belongs to FCDA. It doesn't belong to the National Assembly. You will not see it at any budget line in our budgets of National Assembly. Do we have such amount of money to spend when we are in debt? The National Assembly as it is now is in debt. How can you run a National Assembly with 115 or 120 billion in a year when some ministers, look at NDDC, they brought us 409 billion to appropriate for an agency, and we brought it down to 364 billion, and that's why they are crying. And this is an arm of government, not a ministry, not a department, not an agency, not a commission. A whole arm of government made up of the Senate, the House of Representatives, NILS, Public Complaint Commission, the management arm of you are using 112 or 115 billion to run it. How are we going to use 37 billion or 29 billion or 9 billion out of that? No, it's not our budget. It's the budget of the executive, the FCDA, and I want this question to be directed to them. Okay. And if you ask me as a person,
what's your stand?
If you ask me as a person, as Benjamin Kalu, I would say desperate measures. Desperate time calls for desperate measures, and if the economy is struggling, and we can wait for 1 year, 2 years to go into renovation, and that money can be used to help the health sector and to put certain things in place, to provide certain things in agriculture, poverty alleviation, and all the rest of them. If we can wait for 1 year, 2 years, I mean, why not if not? But it is not our call. It's the call of, but we have asked them, the executive, just like people are saying that we are rubber stamp. We have asked them, we pressurized them from 37 billion, they brought it down to 27 billion, we pressurized them to 27 billion, they brought it to 9 billion, okay? It's now 9 billion during this review, and if Nigerians want us to keep mounting pressure, it is for us to keep on mounting pressure. But I want you also, Nigerians, to know, it will not be good for one landmark building that houses 360 representatives and 109 senators to collapse on their head. That property is bad. The amount they are going to spend may not be an issue for me. They can reduce it as much as they want. But the question is, does that place need renovation?
Yes.
They thought it needs renovation. The gentleman who is from the press corps now knows that where I address them doesn't have AC. It's not functioning. Their seats are broken. Their toilets, they don't have clean toilet. They don't have a functional toilet where they gather, and you need all the press agents. They don't have a clean toilet. When people come for a hearing, they don't have a place they can go and ease themselves. If you come into the chamber, look up. You see where you have the dome. It is leaking. When there is water, it is dropping on the head of the National Assembly. Is that the kind of pride that you want to show when we have most of our colleagues who are from overseas who want to come and visit us? When they come, is that the kind of building you want them to see? And in my own office, AC doesn't work. My house was broken into a few days ago because the keys are weak keys, and I don't know what they stole or what they planted there for me. We need to rebuild the place or renovate it, but the amount in question is for the executive to decide, and it's for us to keep pressurizing them to bring it down. So it's not our call, it's the call of the executive.
Thank you so much.